This is my 24th year of lecturing for the subject financial reporting part of SL1. And over 24 years of lecturing experience, period, I have produced 23 prize winners altogether. In other words, by and large, almost every year, I have been able to create a prize winner from this subject. I'm happy to say that I have lectured at a couple of places by now, and for a couple of exams, Chartered Accountancy, CMA, AAT, CIMA, ACCA. I'm still lecturing for ACC SBR. I'm lecturing also for ICAW. Even I'm lecturing right now. And I've lectured for ACC in Sri Lanka, India, and Philippines, and so on and so forth. Now, we'll come to the technical discussions, of the syllabus without just blowing my own trumpet. I must first appreciate for choosing our course at Infinity, and trust me, hand on my heart, we will never break your trust. And always we try to deliver our service, we try to give the service from Infinity above the optimistic levels of expectations. Now, let's have a small look at the syllabus, and just to make you aware of the fact that at strategic level, the most challenging paper is SL1. I don't want to share the statistics of the institute with y'all because it will be a little scary and daunting, but let's see how we can overcome the challenges. And this is your syllabus. 35% of your syllabus will be from accounting standards. And even if you know all the accounting standards of SLFRSs, LKSs, you can score maximum 35%, nothing more than that. From the entire paper, which is also including financial reporting and auditing part of it, 35%. Preparations and presentation of consolidated financial statements, 20%. Evaluating risk of material misstatements, 25%, that is part of auditing. Corporate governance and financial reporting, it is 15%. Ethics, ethical issues, and that is part of auditing. So my area will be how much? 35% from accounting standards and 20% from consolidated financial statements. That is my area, and that is where my responsibilities lie. Now, I must make a humble request right at the outset. Most of you all would have purchased our course by now, but nobody who can discipline himself, who has the self-discipline to allocate at least 2-3 hours for your studies daily, should buy this. No one should buy if you can't discipline yourself at least to allocate 2-3 hours for your studies, starting from the very beginning. Because now I have heard from previous students that some of our competitors negatively comment about us. They have been our previous students. That's a different story. I'm happy that they were my previous students. They also got through after attending our classes. True enough. And now they negatively comment saying that videos are too lengthy. I have purchased our competitors' videos. Trust me, hand on my heart, their number of hours and my number of hours are the same, but you will get the full coverage of accounting standard from this course. You will get half the coverage for the same durations from elsewhere. That is the difference. So we need to know about our competitors, we need to study about our competitors. We always purchase and see what their comments are. They comment about us in open sometimes. So I need to make sure that you will never get a difference. The duration is the same. It's only just that you get the full coverage of accounting standards from this course. You get half the coverage, not even half sometimes, from elsewhere. Now, in watching the videos of consolidation, I may have worked out about 50 questions. But that's from the scratch. Right from the introduction, you get 50 questions. But it does not say that, it does not mean that you need to work all the 50 questions. Because I thought of working out 50 questions at least, aiming the weakest student in the class. Practice matters a lot. But if you did CL2 very recently, if your memories are fresh, and you need not to waste your time to work out 50 questions, so you can just forget about the introduction part, like basic consolidations of balance sheet and profit and loss, and you can start from wherever we are supposed to start it from. Okay? But accounting standard, ladies and gentlemen, this is the bread and butter, and this is the core 35%. I recommend you that you need to watch it from the beginning to the end. Why? So no point of being a chartered accountant without you knowing accounting standards properly. End of the day, after being qualified, for you to be an adoring character elsewhere, wherever you work, you become an adoring character only if you will be mastery of taxation and accounting standards. So we learn a lot about finance management, but they are hardly used in practice. Unless you practice as an auditor, auditing accounting standards may not be that important unless you practice as an auditor. But you cannot undermine subjects like financial reporting and taxations. So that is the bread and butter. So that is what that will glorify your future. So I recommend that you need to watch them from the very beginning to the end. Trust me, hand on my heart, I am always trying to give the fullest and the best to the students, and without just doing, hanky-panky work. So that is my humble request. What is my humble request? You need to discipline yourself from the beginning, for the God's sake, to allocate at least 2-3 hours for your studies from the very beginning to the end, and then only the success will be guaranteed. And please don't put the blame on me. Sometimes people say that I did not have enough time. I started watching the video just 2 weeks ahead of the exam. You cannot do that, my dear. You cannot do that. So everything has to have their own time. Everything has to have their own way. And just because you are busy does not mean that you can, you can go elsewhere and see whether you can finish it within 2 weeks' time. No, you cannot. Revenue we have done from the basic, from the smallest that anybody can ever start it with, to the most and the advanced, most complicated examples. It takes little time to complete areas like SLFRS 15. It takes little time to complete areas like SLFRS 16. It takes little time to complete areas like, financial instruments. So therefore, you need to watch all the accounting standards. That's where 35% of the syllabus is coming from. Consolidation, you need not to watch all the videos of all the questions. That depends on your time availability. That depends on your capabilities and competencies. If you have done CL2 very recently, maybe just 2-3 questions, you can, brush yourself up, and then you can quickly move on. You can quickly move on. And we have a Telegram group, and you can join there, and you can put all your problems into the group. It can be technical matters of the platform, it can be technical matters of the subject, even your official matters you can put. We will be there to help you out. And every weekend videos will be uploaded. We have already started uploading videos. Please, for the God's sake, start watching them right now. Don't wait for the last moment. So that is the danger in platform mode. You buy it and keep it for the last moment. You keep postponing and procrastinating, and at the last moment only you start watching the videos. You can't do it, please. Start it from right now. Start it from right now. Okay. Now, let me highlight. Now, we will discuss consolidation as a separate package. We call it consolidation package. Why? It's not that do we get a question of 2-3 balance sheets of 2-3 companies or 2-3 profit and loss of 2-3 companies to be consolidated. No. So that method of testing is no longer available in your papers. Even the console question is well connected with accounting standards. The calculations are only just a support. And you need to write along, this is a reporting paper, not a calculating paper. So that is where the passing rates are little low. So together with consolidation questions, these accounting standards will be completed. SLFRS 3 business combination, SLFRS 10 consolidated financial statements, SLFRS 11 joint arrangement, LKS 27 separate financial statements, LKS 28 investments in associates and joint ventures, and LKS 7 group cash flow statements. So this will be given as one single topic fragmented into different topics, and you can watch it and keep it. That is for just 20%. So this is the bread and butter, because every time you get a question from console. Now, apart from that, you cannot miss out these accounting standards. SLFRS 15, if you see the past paper starting from the earliest, the oldest paper under the existing curriculum, 2020 December, right up to the very recent paper, almost every time or almost every other time, examiner has given a question from SLFRS 15, revenue from contract with customers. SLFRS 16, there are questions. Even last time there was a question from SLFRS 16. SLFRS 9, even last time there was a question financial instruments. LKS 32, presentation of financial instruments. LKS 12, taxation. LKS 36, impairments. Those are, the examiner seems to be a die-hard fan of these accounting standards. Almost every time or almost every other time, he keeps testing those accounting standards. Please, at least these important, these are almost like the bread and butter in the syllabus. You need to watch comprehensively from the beginning to the end. So I know watching a video will not be like you being in a physical class. So a lot of resistance will be coming right within, and that is mind-boggling. So you need to invigorate yourself, you need to inspire yourself, and please don't be distracted, and you need to focus on this. Trust me, hand on my heart, and SL1 is the most challenging paper in strategic level. Finance management, the subject is pretty hard, but the passing rate is pretty high. And in June 2024, the passing rate of SL1 is not even 10%, but passing rate of SL2 has been almost 40%. One reason I put the blame on students, you don't prepare yourself enough for the exam. Why? Because you start it at the last moment. You cannot, please. You cannot. Then, the specialty in our program, detailed explanations of all accounting standards. I think you may know it already. And comprehensive syllabus coverage, we will give you a guarantee that at least 1 month ahead of the exam, we will keep all the videos uploaded so that you need not to worry and you can get ready. And we will start discussing the past papers, and preferably as many past papers must be done, but I will give you a guarantee at least we are starting from December 2020 to the very recent paper. And depending on the time availability also we will discuss some previous past papers in the previous curriculum 2015 to 2019. So that depends on time. That sometimes we have done it. Let's see. And we are planning to do some additional questions taken from various exams like ACC and ICAW. So you have the privilege and the opportunity to do those extra questions. Practice matters a lot. Just because you know the subject well, ins and outs, it does not mean that you can get 50 marks. Even the writing has to be essential. That is key. Why? You need to develop. I will give you enough example. There was a student and the students keep failing. Then I asked the students to give me the answers for the very recent paper. I got the answers and they are unnecessarily long. Unnecessarily long. So we guided them properly and then the students go through the exam. So writing matters a lot. To decide how to shape up your answers to exactly match to the requirement of the examiner, you need to attend to the past paper discussions. So that has to be based on the requirement in the action verbs. So we will first teach you what these action verbs are. We will first teach you how to develop your answers based on the requirement of action verbs, and then only we are starting to discuss the past papers. Then pre-scene discussion, that is where the biggest strength is. We will tell you what the exam areas are, especially the console questions and even the other counting standards. We have been able to predict with 95% accuracy. You speak to the students who attended our classes, so they will tell you how accurate our predictions were. Even last time, the previous exam before the previous. So this is what I want to share with you all. And these are what you need to do to pass the exam right in the first attempt. You need to discipline yourself to regularly allocate time for your studies. You need to be good, technically good. You need to know the subjects ins and outs. Please, I must tell you, I don't have any shortcuts. Why? Wherever there will be a shortcut, there will be a short circuit and that will be burnt. I am teaching not to just to gain experience. I'm teaching, I'm telling you through my experience. Everyone who wanted to apply shortcuts have not got through. Okay? So you need to trust the lecturer, you need to trust yourself, and that is what is needed. Practicing questions and past papers, developing answers based on action verbs, practicing as many questions as possible to gain required experience to complete the paper within 3 hours. And that is the biggest issue. Now last time, everyone was happy about the paper. It's just that they have not been able to sometimes complete within 3 hours. Why? You don't practice enough. We are conducting mock exams, but hardly do the students take part. Hardly do they take part. So you need to develop your writing speed in a way that we can complete the paper within 3 hours. You don't get at least a single extra second more than 3 hours, 15 minutes reading and 3 hours of writing. Your exam is an open book exam, you know it. You know what the recommended materials are. So we train you not to learn the counting standards and financial reporting part. We will guide you how to use the standard book, how to develop your answers based on action verbs, and we will do a comprehensive analysis of a pre-scene case study, and we will do mock papers based on pre-scenes, and our projections have been at least 95% accurate. So that is what I wanted you all to know about it. And if you have any questions right now, you can raise the questions. We will be there to help you out Any questions, anything you want me to clarify further? Anything you want me to clarify further? Yes. Anything you want me to clarify further? Okay, so we can wind up. If you have anything, just share that in the Telegram group. Your technical matters of the platform, your technical matters of the syllabus, even your official matters. If you want some clarifications of accounting standards for your official matters, it's nothing to worry. Don't hesitate. You can share, so we will be there to help you out. So thanks for joining our first live sessions for the introduction of the subject. And we will keep uploading our videos every week. If you have any problem, just speak to me. We will be there to help you out. And thanks for joining the live sessions, and thanks for choosing Infinity and my program. All the very best. Hope to see you all soon with the past paper discussions, but it will take little time to start discussing past papers, and we need to upload our videos. All the very best. Good luck, and we'll meet up again.